Seth Rollins has done it once again. A decade ago at WrestleMania 31, Rollins shocked the wrestling world by cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase in the main event of WrestleMania and walking out with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Fast forward a decade later, and Rollins just made history once again by cashing in at SummerSlam and dethroning CM Punk less than 5 minutes after he won the World Championship, cementing his position as the hater of the year. But what makes this cash-in so much more different than the WrestleMania moment? How does this affect the Punk-Rollins saga? How does it affect other superstars like Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes? And more importantly, how will this shocking turn of events change the future of WWE? Let's find out. It all started 2 years ago at Survivor Series 2023 when CM Punk made his shocking return to WWE, and Seth Rollins immediately went irate over the Second City Saints' homecoming. Rollins, who had been carrying the company during Punk's decade-long absence, was disgusted at Punk's hero's welcome, despite abandoning WWE on bad terms. The visionary felt disrespected that someone who had publicly criticized the company was being celebrated while he had remained loyal through thick and thin. Social media was divided down the middle. Longtime WWE fans welcomed Rollins' passionate defense of the company, while CM Punk's devoted fanbase rallied behind their returning hero. The fans were electric every time these two appeared on screen together, sensing the genuine animosity brewing beneath the surface. And it was just a matter of time before this powder keg would explode. Thanks to some unfortunate circumstances and injuries, the showdown between the two modern-day icons had to be postponed for months. But even then, their encounter was not enough to settle their differences. The rivalry carried into WrestleMania and even saw Roman Reigns inserted into the mix, creating a volatile three-way dynamic. At WrestleMania, the WWE Universe was stunned when Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns' longtime special counsel, turned on both Reigns and Punk in a shocking betrayal and sided with the visionary. Over the next few months, the rivalry between Punk and Rollins would only grow more intense as Rollins swore to never let Punk walk out with World Championship gold. And at SummerSlam, Rollins made good on that promise in the most devastating way possible. The story heading into SummerSlam was one of uncertainty and deception. Rollins, who had injured his knee in a brutal match against LA Knight at Saturday night's main event, was reportedly going to be out of action for weeks, if not months. The situation was shrouded in mystery with no official updates from Triple H or WWE management. The speculations ran wild across wrestling forums and social media. Is the injury legit? Is it a work? Is Rollins planning something sinister? We didn't have to wait long for the answers as the visionary revealed his master plan at SummerSlam. After Punk and Gunther brutalized each other in the main event, delivering an absolute classic that had the crowd on their feet, and after Punk finally won the world title in WWE after over a decade, Rollins' music hit and the entire arena knew what was coming. A decade after shocking the world at WrestleMania 31, Rollins walked into SummerSlam, threw away his crutches in dramatic fashion, and once again seized his moment. In what can only be described as the sequel to the heist of the century, Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on an exhausted CM Punk and pulled off the ruse of the century. Social media was in absolute chaos. Fans were experiencing every emotion from pure shock to unbridled rage. And for the first time in a long time, WWE felt genuinely unpredictable again. But what many fans fail to realize is that there could be a bigger story brewing behind the cash-in. A master plan then can change the landscape of the WWE forever. Rollins' cash-in has transformed what was already a heated rivalry into something that could become legendary. The Punk-Rollins feud now has the potential to reach the same iconic status as classics like John Cena vs. Edge or Triple H vs. Randy Orton. Those deeply personal, career-defining wars that fans remember for decades. For CM Punk, this represents everything he fought against during his original WWE run. The politics, the backstage manipulation, and the feeling that certain individuals would do anything to keep him down. For Seth Rollins, this validates his belief that he's the true face of modern WWE, the man who stayed loyal while others walked away. This rivalry now has all the ingredients for wrestling greatness. We're talking about potential Hell in a Cell matches where both men can unleash their fury without restraint. Last man standing stipulations where their hatred can boil over into pure violence. Falls count anywhere encounters where there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The personal animosity is real, the wrestling ability is world-class, and the storytelling potential is limitless. The beauty of this feud lies in its complexity. Neither man is entirely wrong. Rollins genuinely believes he deserves recognition for his unwavering loyalty, while Punk feels he's being punished for speaking his truth years ago. This moral ambiguity will fuel months, possibly years, of compelling television. And when Punk finally gets his redemption, it will feel earned and cathartic in a way that only the best wrestling stories can deliver. But let's not forget about Roman Reigns, whose own story is intricately woven into this championship picture. The history between Reigns and Rollins runs deep, from their Shield brotherhood to their epic battles as solo competitors. Reigns has been quietly rebuilding his empire after losing his undisputed championship. Reigns is still actively feuding with Rollins' faction, and the pieces are perfectly aligned for a blockbuster championship program. Roman Reigns, the former tribal chief, on a mission to reclaim his throne from the man who was once his brother-in-arms, could be a main event program that would feed families. Their matches have always delivered on the big stage, and a World Heavyweight Championship bout between these two would be must-see television. The inevitable clash could see Reigns finally defeat Rollins and capture the World Heavyweight Championship, adding another prestigious reign to his already legendary career while settling old scores in the process. But there's another massive storyline development that most fans are overlooking, and it could reshape the entire landscape of WWE. For the last several months, we've seen these subtle interactions between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Everyone has been speculating about their meaning, and it all could come to a head on Night 2 of SummerSlam. Here's the theory that's gaining traction. Rollins and his faction might help Cody Rhodes defeat John Cena and reclaim the WWE Championship. This would reveal that they have been working together all along, with The Rock potentially pulling the strings from behind the scenes as the puppet master orchestrating this entire conspiracy. Think about the implications. The Rock, who has his own complicated history with both Cena and the current WWE landscape, could be using Rollins and Rhodes to reshape the company in his vision. This would change the entire direction of Cena's retirement tour and might lead to the creation of a dominant faction that'll rule the WWE for years to come. In fact, the signs have been there if you know where to look. Rhodes' recent character shifts, Rollins' calculated moves, Cena turning face on SmackDown, and The Rock's mysterious absences from major storylines all point towards something bigger brewing beneath the surface. I've made a whole video going over this scenario and how WWE could pull it off, which you can watch here. If this theory proves correct, it would create the kind of wrestling moment that defines eras and changes everything fans thought they knew about their favorite superstars. But whether any of these elaborate theories come to pass, one thing is absolutely certain. This cash-in solidifies Seth Rollins' status as a future first-ballot Hall of Famer and one of the most important wrestlers of his generation. For almost a decade, Rollins has been WWE's ultimate workhorse, the reliable main event talent who could carry any storyline, work with any opponent, and deliver in any situation. He has carried the company through thick and thin, from the uncertainty of the post-Shield era to the challenges of the pandemic years to the current transition into the Netflix era. This SummerSlam moment represents the culmination of years of dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to the company. While other superstars took breaks, pursued Hollywood careers, or jumped ship to other promotions, Rollins remained the constant, always present, always performing, always pushing the boundaries of what a main event star in the WWE could be. The cash-in wasn't just about winning a championship, it was about claiming his rightful place in wrestling history.